Good morning. I'm Dr. Joe Borio, and this is our weekly Thought Flashes video blast that I wanted to share with you. We're actually in New York City today. It's Sunday morning. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and I drove out here on my bike out in Battery Park, and I wanted to spend a little time reflecting on the topic that we talked about last week, which was on service to patients. And what I'm standing in right now is the memorial for the United States Navy. And these are walls of granite with the names of the servicemen who were lost at sea, actually never made it back to their homeland, and they're engraved in granite. And it talks about a little bit about them and the state that they're from and their rank that they had in the ship that they were on. And it's a quiet place to reflect. I found it fitting actually to talk about it today, and the idea of service. I had a lot of great responses from last week's Thought Flash video blast, and I wanted to expand a little bit on that today. When we talk about service, what it really means for you as the practitioner is that you're putting yourself out of the equation, if you will. And what you're doing is you're putting the thoughts and the needs and the values of the patient or your practice member in front of your own. And sometimes it's tough to get into that mindset. So there's a few things that I've learned to do over the last 20 years that I wanted to share with you guys today. So that being said, what do? I get to the office about an hour early. When I get to the office early, what I do is I spend about an hour there by myself before any staff come in, and I will play a movie, a DVD of maybe a speaker, a mentor that I've listened to in the past. Number two, what I'll do is I'll read a book regarding the Green Books, maybe by B.J. Palmer. I'll read a book on chiropractic science, maybe by James Chestnut. I'll listen to some CDs that I have. I'll play some information off of YouTube with some guys that were inspirational to me as well. So what I'll do is I'll put together a collection of information. I usually do that every month or two, and I have that ready for me every morning when I come to the office, and I'll play that, and I'll play that myself for about an hour to 45 minutes to an hour before I start serving patients in the morning. Another tip that I want to share with you is that I actually will set aside a few moments of that information, or I'll write something down, or maybe a couple of pages from the book, or a couple of moments from a DVD, and I'll actually prepare that for my morning breakout. So we have actually about a 5-minute, no more than 10 minutes, but certainly 5 minutes every morning. We'll meet together with the staff, and we'll review that mindset with the staff, and that puts them into a mode of service as opposed to a mode of themselves. It's difficult sometimes for us to get out of the idea that it's not about ourselves. It's easy to walk in the office and maybe have some struggles that morning with the kids, or at home, or some challenges with traffic on the way to the office, or certainly you're in the office and the computer's not firing up and something's wrong with the furnace, or two of the light bulbs are out, or whatever, and it's easy to get kind of caught up in all that. But once you sit down and you actually put yourself into that mindset, and you get into the habit of doing those rituals in the morning, it puts you in the right frame of reference, and it puts your staff in the right frame of reference. We also do that in the afternoon. So 5 to 10 minutes before we start the afternoon shift, we do the same thing. We do a ritual. I'll do about a half hour before I start the afternoon, and then we do about 5 minutes with the staff. What that also does is it keeps your mind sharp. So for example, the 14 Foundational Premises of Subluxation by James Chestnut, that book, I have that on my desk. So boy, if you can read that, or you can read some BJ, or you certainly have some other scientific articles in there. I've got the Windsor Autopsy. It's got the 2004 and 2005 Journal of Geriatrics, Journal of Spine on reverse curves or hyperkyphosis, and how it affects the nervous system, or drops circulatory changes to the spinal cord and demyelinates the cord, or all that information. If that's there and you're looking at it on a regular basis, that becomes the topic of mind every single day. So when you go out and start working on patients, it's easy for you to look at them through the eyes of the chiropractor that you need to be, because they need you at your very best in order to serve them. And if you're at your very best in service, and your staff is at their very best in service, it's easy to offer the best care. It's easy to attract patients. It's easy to attract families. It's easy to ask for referrals. It's easy to see how sick they are because you're constantly studying that information. And I find a lot of clients that I work with, many times they're not in the right frame of reference. So what they're doing is they're out trying to build their practice from a place that comes from them and their needs rather than the needs of the patients. And as a result, you're less likely to attract those people into your service, into your practice. And you're going to serve less people. Certainly your practice isn't going to thrive. You're not going to see nearly as many families. And an interesting statistic, when they looked at large community services, what they found was that if there was a successful large community, like I said, church, and they interviewed those individuals, those members of the church, they found that a minimum of one individual would know 5 other members in the church or in the community. And it wasn't just churches, but churches was the main topic of that study. So that means how many of your patients, if you were to take one patient, how many of those practice members know other practice members? And that's important. How else can you encourage that? Certainly, as you attract families, have nutrition talks. We do a nutrition talk every 3 months in my office, which is about 50% on chiropractic and then 50% on nutrition. And it's really on innate. So you're talking about the body's ability to heal, and you blend those two topics. We instruct our clients to do movie nights. Maybe every month or two you pick out a movie that's inspirational to you, you find it inspirational to your children. Food Inc., Vaccine Nation, Super Size Me, something of that nature, and you can play that. You give them tickets to attend. You tell them that there's no admission as long as they bring another non-member of the practice to the movie night, and so on. There's 1,000 different ideas certainly that are out there. You can read about them, research them. You can study those as a client with our program. So hopefully that gives you a few things to work on this week. I want to thank you very much for all the great comments I got from last week's video blast Thot flashes, and I would ask everyone to share this with your friends and colleagues. We certainly want to get as many people watching our weekly blast as possible to help as many chiropractors out there. I think our profession really needs to come together and unify and really start working on the same principle that we were founded on, and as a result I think we're going to serve more people and really become the #1 health care profession in the world. And that's really where we ought to be if we really want to make some significant changes in the health of our community, of our world community. Also, we do have a conference seminar coming up, a great event that's going to be in Chicago. It's on June 11th, June 12th. As I mentioned last week, Dr. Dennis Nikitow is going to be there for a couple hours. We're also bringing in Dr. Bill DeMoss. We're going to be speaking about all different types of topics on practice management, on the science of chiropractic, science of subluxation, thoughts on sickness. So I really encourage all of you to attend and be there. You can certainly go to our website, which is www.chiropassionconsulting.com. There's a registration in there to attend the seminar, and the fee for the seminar is normally $97. We're offering a special right now where you can get a certificate of $25 savings if you mention that you came in as a result of our video blast. And lastly, on there, when you enter the site, you can enter your email, and that'll allow you to be listed on our video blast. So if anybody directs you to the site, or certainly if you catch this on YouTube, just go to our website and we'll throw you right on the email, and you can get these every week. I want to thank you very much for tuning in to us today, and look forward to seeing you next week, and have a great week of service to your patients. Thank you.